all the way up. Not yours, because this is a camera phone. But hello, YouTube. I'm on two different ports here, and I am trying to just build myself up for a regular. I'm chatting with the internet worlds. Hello, my name is May, and I'm mostly going to be advertising my first deck of cards, but on occasion, I will probably share some cards that I'm collected over time so you can have some different perspectives. I really am into different perspectives. I first of all want to just say thank you so much for the people who have been so supportive of trying to get me to do more of these videos, because I honestly don't know if I, you know, could I say that I could do this without that kind of support? I can hardly say. Sorry about the empty jars in the background. That is the little jingle jingle. Let's get right into it. I'm a bit exhausted today. Honestly, I really want to go to the grocery store. And right now, Zeke's not feeling very well, and I am just holding it together. I did go on 2 bike rides today. I did fill out my DBT diary card, and um, I did my regular business stuff, and I'm super happy that the dryer is fixed. Oh my gosh, can I tell you what? When the dryer got fixed yesterday, I went through like this whirlwind of frantic cleaning. Like, I had been so lethargic all week, and this one little thing that got fixed just changed my entire life. No doubt. Burning some lavender incense today. I have got a fresh lavender flower here from the next door neighbor. I don't know how well you can see it. Hello. Hello. YouTube. And it smells super good. So that's really awesome. I hope you're having a great August 21st, 2022. Hey, did you know it's the beginning of Virgo season? And what does that really mean? Because I am always trying to figure out, like what do you take away from each sign? And I think like the biggest thing today, Vesta going retrograde with Aquarius. According to astrology.com, Vesta is re-entering Aquarius, which is bringing the inequality of the world to our collective attention as we struggle between personal freedom and what's best for the group. And also, Mercury in Virgo opposition Neptune in Pisces, which can make it a rather draining day that can sap our collective energy and make us all very tired. So I don't know about you, but actually that feels kind of relevant. And most of the day today I've been pretty tired. Yesterday I did a lot of cleaning. Save important decisions for later and go back to bed. So if you're able to just nap today, or if you've been napping, what's happening? Let's get to napping. All right, so then let's get into the reading today, because I feel very scattered. I don't know. I, did all the things that I was supposed to do, that I filled out. Noticing, like, do I have a coffee stain on my lip? That's like a lifelong thing, coffee stains. Like, how much coffee did I really have today? Not enough, clearly. I'm sleepy human. And I want to know what are some important things that I can take with me for this following week to keep me centered and focused on my goals. Staying practical and inviting new possibilities into my life. And also, what is important in general. And if it resonates with you, let me know. I love your feedback. It really drives me towards continuing what I'm doing, which is just like this year, I've been putting my mental health first. It's been a full time job. It has not been easy, it has been super challenging, but I just don't really talk about it because you got to read the room, right? Not everybody's going to get it. You just got to live it. Not everybody's going to get it. And I'm living it. Live it, live, live it. Or whatever that saying is. Live it, learn it, do it. I feel like there's a lot of mannerisms out there. For some reason, when I was working at the coffee shop for several years, heard this one mannerism that always makes me laugh even to this day of, I'm no spring chicken. And it's like, I kind of feel that though. I kind of feel that right now. I am no spring chicken. Huh. Okay, let's get into it. First card on my list here is the Two of Cups reversed. Which upright is all about, romance, joining fusion of a romantic nature. It's the day-to-day stuff, and it's like cups. So it's about feelings, water. And it's reversed, which means needing to find that fusion of like what blends together ever so nicely, aesthetically pleasing, or perhaps it is just something that is bringing you comfort, peace, relaxation. It is like after like the beginning has started, like the first few times you hang out with someone, you're really digging on them, and you're like, "This is really cool. Like, let's just keep this going." The two is like a reference to like building up something that you're trying to continue to experience. And if it's in reverse, then I feel like it's like, oh yeah, this has got Venus, Cancer, and we are dealing with somewhere between the the beauty of nature, the aesthetically pleasing, and the passive aggressive mood swings. Reversed is like, where's the balance? Where do we join together and balance and emotional harmony? Which makes sense because if you are really tired, you don't really have that space to just peacefully work together. Sometimes you need to just do your own thing. Then this next one, which is not my favorite, but I'm going to show it anyway. I have the Seven of Swords, which is like I'm reading it backwards, so it says swords, or what? Citadel of Neves. um, and upright, it talks about like opposition, which I talked about the other day, is the opposition of your it's the mind, the inner conflict of the mind. And doom resulted from cunning, or like I said, cutting corners. If it's in reverse, I feel like it has a lot more to do with the fact that we can shut down a lot of things that might seem like a lot of hard work, because you have to actually overcome some old ideas about it, or you're trying to take an easy route, but you notice when you try to take an easy route, it's actually much harder than just doing it the original way, which seemed like it was hard. Then the only hard part about it is just doing it. Then once it's done, you're like, oh yeah, I guess that wasn't as hard as I thought. That's what I think of. When it's in reverse, it's like we are overcoming that inner conflict and we are trying to not cut corners so much. Um, Overcoming the doom of it all. The end is nigh. The next card is the Five of Cups reversed. Now, this upright talks about disappointment. Oh, wait, we just talked about Seven of Swords, which I just said was air element. I don't think I said that, but it's the mental. And the first one was the Two of Cups, which is water, emotional. This is another water, day-to-day stuff. Five of Cups, disappointment, discontent, loss. But it's reversed. So it's like actually a positive card reversed when you think about it, because you're overcoming your disappointments that led you to this place. Maybe from that inner conflict you got going on. Maybe things weren't falling into place right away and you were like, that's okay, I'm going to keep going anyway. And we're kind of in this emotional space that is both Scorpio and Mars. Oh my gosh. Which to me is like, honestly, if you think about it, like, we have the assertiveness of Mars, but we also have your the intensity of Scorpio. And I honestly feel like there is like a level of like nostalgia mixed with like resentment almost. And so kind of like figuring out what that is and going to the root of the problem will actually turn that reverse and you're able to move past some of that disappointment. Then we're back to the air mental. I have the Ace of Swords reversed, which upright again has to do with exactness and pinpoint accuracy. And when we are actually reversed, we're not being super accurate in our focus, and that can cause some mental distress, I would say, especially considering like it's a beginning card. Ace is usually the beginning of new things on the day-to-day level, and this might be as well as a new idea trying to do it exactly a certain way, and it's not necessarily working out the way that you had hoped it would, and so that can be a little frustrating. But also recognizing that is the first step to overcoming it and being more focused for the next time. That pinpoint accuracy. All right, how many cards was that so far? 4. All right, so then we have to leave us today the Page of Wands, which is all about impulsiveness and an ambitious outlook. The Page of Wands is often referred to as the messenger card in the traditional decks because it is the knight and the page both play a messenger role. The knight is more like it's sending a message to you versus the page is more like there's a message in the air that is of importance. Will you notice it? Will you see it? And it basically is talking about, to me, I see as it has like some Sagittarius and some Scorpio energy, that it's about like the taking opportunities in the moment to create something in an ambitious way. And it might come off as impulsive, but it's actually it's a fire element card as well, so that is again about action. When we sometimes act on our impulses, if we have an ambitious outlook, it can work in our favor later on, especially if we have like pulling it all together when we have that pinpoint accuracy of the Ace of Swords upright, we're able to measure that impulsiveness initially looks like it's impulsive, but is actually working towards a goal. And the Five of Cups, when it is upright, can help you strategize like setbacks and disappointments. Um, and you're able to overcome and take those risks, knowing that you may or may not succeed in the way that you thought you would. And recognizing your inner conflict is going to help you finally create that fusion that you're trying to have, where everything kind of blends together. Um, so that opposition, that inner conflict that came from the Seven of Swords, but that is totally part of the process of moving forward in an ambitious way so that you can connect with things in a more natural um, and loving way. And I feel like as we are going into this new season, right as the fall is starting, it's something to consider. What are we doing to follow our soul's purpose? What are we doing to follow our passions? What are we doing to connect with the world around us in the way that is actually that's in harmony with ourselves? And where do we create those boundaries when we're overextending ourselves, when we are not considering everything, and then we feel we've missed out on opportunities or we are at a loss of some nature and have to start over again? That actually becomes a lot more work in the end. Um, let's see what else. I feel like that's a pretty good rough estimate of just. Sometimes I'm on more of a tangent than other times, but I really am trying to be intentional about doing this every day and getting something out there, because I am probably one of many that just is like, I don't really feel like I'm able to work the jobs that I was working before. I am struggling with a lot of stuff, and I just feel like the cards really helped me through a really challenging time, even more challenging than this, and maybe they'll be helpful for you too. Who knows? But if you get a chance, definitely go check out my website, mazedomain.com. I do believe that you're able to pick up at least the books there. If you want a deck, there's only one left at this point, so you'd have to special order it, probably through me, which you can. Let me know if that's a thing. Otherwise, we do have a couple new decks coming out here pretty soon. You'll probably see. I'm a super fan of Supernatural, the TV show, and probably of that other stuff too. And I made a deck last year, as well as a page, and I think I'm going to continue that process. I just wanted to. Right now, it's in cardstock mode, so we have the manuscript of it, and I just finished Seek Selfies. So that will be another really cool deck. Also, coming up in the future, I'm doing some work with um, those editions, the book editions. So the Supernatural one, I'm going to really emphasize the characters and how they relate to the tarot characters. The characters that I chose from Supernatural, I mean, for the different tarot. And then finally, Zeke selfies. I'm hoping to take some of my original content and mix that with maybe try to channel their perspective a little bit more into that book. Then, after that, or somewhere in the midst of all that, I hope to get my DBT flashcards out. I think it started out as flashcards, but in big picture, I really want to make like um, an illustrated book for all ages because I feel like DBT is good for any age. I honestly wish that I knew the skills that I know now um, when I was really young. I wish they taught that in school because I feel like it would have helped me cope a little better and manage my internal stuff and maybe even feel a little bit safer than I actually felt most of my life. Um, but other than that, I hope you'll have a good rest of your day. And let me know if you have any feedback or if you want to see more videos like this. I think I am going to start doing like spreads a little differently. We've been doing like the 5 cards for a minute, and a minute I mean like 4 days in a row. But uh, maybe I should try and find a way to incorporate what's happening with the planets as well in this space. In the meantime, I appreciate you all, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll probably see you tomorrow. Bye.